In the vast expanse of the world's oceans, a domain of immense power and unpredictable, shifting dynamics.
This is a realm where powerful waves continuously clash and terrifying, violent storms roar across the open water. But beneath the chaos, something moves silently, completely unseen, untouched by the most advanced radar or satellite surveillance. It is known as a shadow fleet, a new maritime force forged in advanced steel, operational stealth, and total secrecy. This highly classified initiative is the United States Navy's revolutionary new concept, the Advanced Next-Generation Ghost Fleet. It represents a radical new vision of what 21st century naval warfare will look like in the year 2035.
You will find no screaming headlines in the media that announce their existence or their highly classified capabilities.
There are no photographers or news cameras present anywhere in the world that are allowed to capture their movements.
Only those few operators who truly know the sea's hidden currents have ever glimpsed their nearly invisible, passing silhouettes.
For many decades, the entire established doctrine of conventional naval warfare was, by comparison, remarkably simple and direct. Massive aircraft carriers, destroyers, and submarines were all highly visible, unambiguous symbols of a nation's overwhelming maritime power.
But global weapons technology rapidly evolved, and as it did, the nature of the threats evolved alongside it.
Hypersonic missiles, incredibly advanced autonomous drones, and pervasive satellite surveillance changed the entire dynamic of the battlefield. Suddenly, traditional ships became enormous targets, far too easy to locate, and even easier to track and destroy.
The United States Navy's High Command knew they desperately needed a revolutionary solution to maintain their maritime dominance.
The answer was not simply building faster ships, or even stronger ships with more armor and heavier guns.
The only viable path forward, the only true solution, was to build ships that were completely invisible.
And so, in total secrecy, the Navy initiated the highly classified program, known officially as Project Specter. This was the ambitious, groundbreaking initiative that promised to completely redefine military dominance on all the world's oceans.
But the Ghost Fleet's design philosophy goes far beyond mere steel, armor, and powerful conventional marine engines.
It is, in fact, a remarkable blend of what was once science fiction, now made into engineering reality.
It utilizes advanced radar-absorbing materials, special surfaces that actively bend and diffuse all incoming electromagnetic radar waves.
This technological advantage is what makes the ships nearly invisible to almost all known forms of enemy sensors.
Advanced electro-optical camouflage systems feature adaptive panels that perfectly mimic surrounding ocean textures and lighting conditions.
This revolutionary technology is capable of blurring the ship's entire silhouette, blending it seamlessly against waves and fog.
They employ silent propulsion systems, where powerful, high-volume water jets replace the traditionally loud and noisy propellers.
This innovation is what allows these vessels to achieve extremely stealthy, near-silent movement, even at high speed.
Every single line, every angular curve, and every precision weld of these ships has one singular, driving purpose.
That purpose is to give the vessel the unprecedented ability to completely vanish from detection in plain sight. Hidden far away from prying eyes, the Navy's most advanced shipyards operate entirely in the shadows.
They use reinforced concrete bunkers, remote islands, and massive underground dry docks to conceal their clandestine construction activities.
Here, engineers assemble the high-tech hulls designed specifically to evade all of the future's most advanced sensors.
Inside these top-secret research facilities, the very air smells distinctly of ozone and exotic, heated composite metals.
Dedicated teams of scientists and tacticians constantly monitor complex, three-dimensional holographic displays to simulate various combat scenarios. They are simulating radar contact, analyzing ocean currents, and plotting defenses against overwhelming autonomous enemy drone swarms.
This is the precise intersection where ambitious warship dreams finally meet the hard facts of cutting-edge technological reality.
The Ghost Fleet is more than just advanced stealth technology. It is also incredibly intelligent, adaptive, and networked.
All of these ships are interconnected via powerful, secure, AI-driven command networks that share data instantly.
Autonomous unmanned surface vessels patrol the perimeter, alongside the larger, more heavily armed, manned combat vessels. Advanced aerial drones can launch and recover from the ships automatically, all without detection by enemy radar.
By the year 2035, a single commander could potentially control an entire fleet of vessels remotely.
They would be managing attacks, reconnaissance, and fleet defense from the safety of hundreds of miles away.
The traditional line between the ship and the satellite, the pilot and the algorithm, the human and the machine.
It all begins to blur into one single, cohesive, and intelligent weapon system.
To survive the chaotic future battlefield, these advanced ships must be capable of operating in the harshest extremes.
They are tested relentlessly in the unforgiving, frozen Arctic ice fields, where sensors and metals can easily fail.
They must survive the destructive, chaotic power of Pacific typhoons, testing their stability and structural integrity. They drill scenarios in the crowded Indian Ocean piracy zones, detecting small, fast-moving threats in cluttered waters. They are pushed through the Gulf's shallow, sensor-heavy waters, a true test of their stealth capabilities.
Every single mission, every single test, pushes the boundaries of hull integrity, stealth efficiency, and AI coordination.
In one critical simulation, the enemy's active radar systems detected absolutely nothing, showing only an empty sea.
But their advanced thermal cameras caught only the faintest, ambiguous heat traces passing through the detection zone.
They appeared as nothing more than ethereal ghosts, drifting silently across the vast, dark, and empty ocean.
This is precisely how the fleet earned its formidable name and its reputation for unparalleled, near-total invisibility.
The core concept of naval stealth technology is, of course, not new, having roots in earlier conflicts. World War II saw widespread use of camouflage paint schemes and the introduction of angled hull designs.
The Cold War introduced submerged strategic submarines and the first experimental radar-evading coatings on ships and aircraft.
But the new Ghost Fleet takes this entire concept of stealth significantly further than ever before.
It is not just about radar avoidance, but about achieving a state of active, adaptive, operational invisibility.
By the year 2035,
they will be searching in the exact same locations where massive, visible fleets once ruled the open seas.
Imagine this future scenario, set in the year 2035. A global conflict is simmering in the Pacific.
Enemy satellites, programmed for surveillance, constantly sweep the waters, searching for any sign of naval activity. Airborne patrols, both manned and autonomous, fly continuous sorties, scanning for any sign of intruding ships. Yet, silently, hundreds of Ghost Fleet vessels navigate directly through these dense sensor nets, completely undetected.
Overhead, stealthy drones relay critical targeting data in real time to an invisible, mobile command node below. Lethal strike groups form and maneuver into position without leaving a single detectable electronic or physical trace.
The Navy's ultimate goal is clear: to establish total control of the seas without ever being seen.
But creating true, functional invisibility is not easy, presenting immense engineering challenges that must be overcome.
The specialized materials must resist extreme saltwater corrosion while remaining perfectly radar absorbent for the entire mission. The powerful AI systems and the adaptive electro-optical camouflage demand massive, unprecedented levels of onboard power.
Even minor surface scratches or simple battle damage can compromise the ship's entire stealth signature, making it visible.
Every single deployment, even for testing, is a high-stakes experiment where the margin for error is zero. Failures in this program are incredibly costly, not just in terms of money, but in global security.
Very few people in the world know the real faces behind the creation of the advanced Ghost Fleet.
These are the dedicated naval engineers who lived at remote sea labs for months, perfecting the technology. Brilliant AI specialists spent years programming the complex, autonomous decision-making matrices that guide the unmanned vessels.
Test pilots and ship captains risked their lives and their careers to push the new systems to their limits.
All of their groundbreaking, dangerous work remains highly classified, hidden from the public record and from history. There are no official accolades for them. There is no public recognition for their incredible achievements.
Only the vast, silent waves of the ocean truly know the depth of their contribution to naval history.
As the first light of dawn brushes the endless ocean, the formidable Ghost Fleet awakens for its test.
Internal sensors flicker online. Engines hum quietly beneath the specialized, radar-absorbent armored hulls.
Command centers, located thousands of miles away, monitor every single vessel's status in precise, secure, real time.
This is not another simulation, not another drill. This is the first full operational test of the fleet.
They are conducting live exercises in open waters, with active detection systems scanning for them relentlessly. Satellites belonging to foreign nations sweep the Pacific, searching for any thermal or electronic signatures. Enemy planes, autonomous drones, and sophisticated sonar arrays search desperately for any sign of movement. Yet, the Ghost Fleet ships glide silently, completely undetected, through the center of these overlapping detection grids. Onboard electronic warfare modules scramble signals, creating phantom contacts that confuse and misdirect enemy operators.
Every single ship in the fleet is paired with autonomous drones, surface, submersible, and advanced aerial units.
These drones scout far ahead, relay critical information, and form a protective, multi-domain perimeter around the fleet. During one demanding drill, a swarm of stealth drones maneuvered undetected around a simulated manned enemy destroyer. The AI system analyzed enemy signal frequencies in milliseconds, a task impossible for a human operator.
This allowed the friendly destroyer to adjust its path preemptively and remain completely undetected by the enemy.
The future of naval warfare isn't just human. It's a hybrid, AI-assisted, and fundamentally invisible force. Brutal Arctic storms, powerful Pacific typhoons, and massive Indian Ocean swells. Each test pushes the fleet's design. The ship's hull integrity is constantly challenged by immense ice pressure and the force of massive, crushing waves.
Sensitive electronics must endure saltwater intrusion, massive lightning strikes, and extreme magnetic interference from solar flares.
Yet, every single time, the ships adapt to the new conditions, their stealth systems automatically recalibrating.
The central AI compensates for the environmental chaos, rerouting power and maintaining operational stability.
The ocean itself becomes both a powerful ally and a relentless adversary, testing every single technological innovation. But it is at night that the fleet truly becomes almost mythical, its stealth capabilities pushed to perfection.
Advanced infrared imaging, active radar, and passive sonar systems all fail to detect the ship's movements.
Only the faintest, darkest silhouettes of displaced waves betray their otherwise completely invisible, silent, and deadly presence.
Commanders in the Remote Operations Center test their most aggressive night assault protocols during these exercises.
They practice simultaneous stealth deployments, autonomous drone reconnaissance, and simulated, silent missile launch exercises.
The Navy operators call this specific set of maneuvers Ghost Protocol, a fitting name for the operation. The fleet operates completely undetected in total darkness, capable of striking any target without a single warning.
Once, naval supremacy was defined by the biggest guns, the thickest armor, and the largest, most powerful ships. During World War II, massive battleships and powerful aircraft carriers were the undisputed masters of the high seas. During the Cold War, nuclear-armed submarines provided a new kind of unseen, underwater strategic deterrence. But by the year 2035, it is total, pervasive invisibility that defines ultimate power on the water.
The strategic logic is simple and undeniable. No enemy, anywhere, can shoot what they cannot possibly see.
The Ghost Fleet is the ultimate proof that future dominance will belong to those who disappear before the fight.
They will win the engagement before the first shot is even fired, simply by controlling the battle space unseen. Imagine a tense political standoff in the contested waters of the South China Sea in the near future. Enemy land-based radar sweeps are continuous, searching every square mile of the ocean's surface for intruders.
High-altitude satellite-linked drones patrol overhead, providing persistent surveillance of the entire contested maritime region.
Yet, a squadron of Ghost Fleet ships silently maneuvers between the islands, completely unseen and unheard.
The onboard AI-assisted targeting systems calculate and prepare multiple strike plans, awaiting only the final human command.
No single human operator, not even the fleet commander, sees the full, real-time scope of the movement.
By the time the enemy even realizes an attack is happening, the fleet has already completed its objectives.
And just as quickly, the entire fleet has vanished back into the vast, protective anonymity of the waves.
This is not science fiction, nor is it a distant fantasy. It is a realistic, strategic forecast.
In 2035, modern naval warfare is just as much a digital and electronic fight as it is physical.
The Ghost Fleet's advanced electronic warfare systems can accomplish several critical tasks in the digital domain.
They can actively jam all enemy communications, and in theory, even redirect incoming missiles off course. The systems can deploy highly sophisticated electronic decoys in real time, creating a confusing and cluttered sensor picture.
During one extensive exercise, a hostile enemy drone swarm attempted an interception of a Ghost Fleet vessel.
The ship's AI-controlled electronic countermeasures rendered the entire attacking swarm completely ineffective in just seconds. The Ghost Fleet ships remained unseen, untouched, and fully operational, continuing on their primary mission. Some specialized Ghost Fleet vessels are built solely for high-stakes intelligence gathering and covert reconnaissance missions.
Their tasks include mapping critical ocean floors for strategic submarine advantage, a vital and clandestine operation.
They are assigned to covertly monitor enemy fleet movements, gathering intelligence without the enemy's knowledge.
They are also used for testing new sonar and next-generation radar-resistant technologies in real-world environments.
These critical missions remain top secret. Their very existence is only known to a handful of Naval Command.
The ocean itself becomes both the battlefield and the primary intelligence network, a truly multi-domain environment.
The Ghost Fleet is not just invisible, it is also lethally dangerous, armed with revolutionary new weapons.
Every ship is designed to carry a full suite of powerful, next-generation stealth weaponry systems.
Hypersonic cruise missiles, designed to strike first, strike fast, and strike any target without any warning.
Directed energy weapons, powerful laser systems capable of disabling drones, missiles, or enemy radar in mere seconds.
These advanced weapons are integrated seamlessly, concealed entirely within the ship's radar-absorbent, stealthy hull. There is no visible turret, no external launch rail, and absolutely no warning before the weapon is deployed. In the warfare of 2035, combat is a fully networked, AI-driven, and cooperative endeavor.
Each ship communicates via heavily encrypted satellite links and undetectable, secure underwater fiber optic nodes.
The central AI predicts enemy movements, calculates incoming threat levels, and can deploy defensive weapons autonomously.
Human officers oversee the strategy, but the fleet can act independently to defend itself when necessary.
During exercises, a single Ghost Fleet vessel coordinated with 10 drones and 3 manned ships to neutralize attacks.
The result: the battle was won without a single friendly unit suffering a single detection by the enemy.
Global superpowers and rival nations watched the development of this new American fleet in absolute secrecy.
China quickly invested heavily in experimental anti-stealth radar satellites, attempting to counter the new threat.
Russia enhanced its already formidable submarine fleets, hoping to counter unseen surface vessels from below the waves.
NATO allies quietly requested more frequent joint exercises to learn from American stealth tactics and technologies.
The very existence of the Ghost Fleet fundamentally changed the global naval balance of power forever. No longer could powerful nations rely on the old metrics of traditional, visible naval superiority.
Control of the seas now meant controlling what could not be seen, a new paradigm in warfare. By 2035, it is clear that invisible fleets will be the forces that dominate all future conflicts. Critical maritime choke points are no longer safe for enemy ships, even if they see no visible threats. Even massive carrier groups must now consider invisible threats that cannot be detected by their sensor screens. Naval logistics and vital reconnaissance will rely heavily on stealthy AI and advanced, autonomous delivery systems.
The oceans of the world will become complex chessboards composed entirely of invisible, powerful, and deadly pieces.
On this new battlefield, a single, simple misstep could trigger a catastrophic, uncontrollable, and global escalation. Despite the advanced AI systems and the autonomous vessels, human beings remain central to the fleet's operation.
Human commanders must still make the final, critical, and difficult strategic decisions that machines cannot.
Highly skilled engineers must repair and maintain the complex systems, often in difficult and dangerous conditions.
Pilots and operators must train relentlessly for emergency scenarios that no AI could ever possibly predict. In the Ghost Fleet, sharp human intuition works seamlessly alongside the cold logic of machine precision. It is the perfect, unbeatable synergy for achieving 21st century naval dominance on a global scale.
In one top-secret scenario, the Ghost Fleet navigated the Arctic, bypassing all known Russian radar and satellites. Traditional, noisy, and highly visible icebreaker escorts were completely unnecessary. The ships moved silently and alone. Autonomous drones scouted ahead of the main fleet, mapping dangerous icebergs and tracking enemy patrols. Onboard AI ensured every vessel remained hidden while preparing to launch hypothetical strikes against key targets.
The result, the Arctic, once a strategic challenge, became a controlled zone of influence, unseen, untouchable.
The existence of invisible warships alone has an immense, intangible, and powerful strategic value. Adversaries hesitate to mobilize their own fleets, completely unsure if they are already being watched or targeted.
All naval training must now adapt to face new, hypothetical threats that cannot be observed or tracked.
Advanced stealth introduces profound uncertainty and fear, an intangible yet strategically decisive psychological advantage in any conflict.
The Ghost Fleet does not just fight wars, it potentially prevents them through the dominance of perception.
Ghost Fleet ships are designed to work seamlessly with integrated air, space, and offensive cyber operations.
Stealthy fighter jets and autonomous drones coordinate their attacks with the ships in precise, networked real time.
Friendly cyber units can disrupt enemy communications and navigation systems, clearing a path for the fleet. Our satellite constellations relay critical intelligence, enhancing situational awareness while the fleet maintains its invisibility.
By 2035, naval dominance is not only about the seas, it's the synergy of multi-domain warfare.
This is the ultimate exercise, a full-scale, covert night strike conducted across a simulated, active conflict zone. The designated Ghost Fleet strike ships move into their final positions, completely unseen by any enemy sensors.
High-altitude, AI-controlled drones identify and relay all enemy positions, providing final targeting data for the strike.
The weapons deploy silently, completing all of the primary strike objectives, long before any detection is possible.
By the time dawn breaks, no physical evidence of the overnight engagement remains on the water. The vast, endless oceans are calm, peaceful, and show no sign of the battle that just occurred.
The enemy is left completely bewildered, with destroyed assets but no attacker to identify or to blame.
The Ghost Fleet has proven its ultimate purpose and validated its revolutionary design doctrine. By the year 2035, the advanced technological Ghost Fleet has completely redefined the rules of naval warfare.
Modern ships no longer dominate the seas by sheer size or overwhelming, visible firepower. True victory now comes from total invisibility, networked speed, and superior predictive artificial intelligence. Nations around the world will be forced to adapt to this new reality or face strategic irrelevance.
The oceans, vast and ancient.
The Ghost Fleet is more than just advanced steel and sophisticated AI. It is a vision. A glimpse into a future where dominance is invisible, where it is unstoppable, and where it is eternal.